The last thing we want to see is try to take this thing over from everybody. We want the public here, right? But we need a place to live too, right? Like, and we're human beings and we deserve to have somewhere to live, right?
The Vancouver Park Board is seeking an injunction that would lead to the eviction of people who have been living in tents here for months at Crab Park. BC Housing says there's enough indoor space for people to be relocated to, but what exactly constitutes appropriate housing is still up for debate.
You can come up with numbers of beds and shelter mats and indoor spaces, and you can look at the numbers of tents or people and match them up and say that you provided housing. But is that really the case when you're really considering and listening to what people are asking for in terms of housing?
Fiona York introduces me to some residents at the encampment. Clint Randon used to live in the Flint Hotel.
It's disgusting. It's roaches, rats, infestation, lead paint, asbestos. It's not healthy living for anybody, right? Maintenance workers come in full hazmat suits and I gotta live there? It's not right. First of all, like, how about asking us what we need, right? Like, you know, aren't we the ones you're trying to house, right?
The safety in the community is a little bit better than a lot of the alternatives, such as their so-called, you know, housing or the SROs and stuff like that, right?
Inside this recovery tent, Kreider Cooey says morale in the park has been high, despite what residents describe as months of harassment from park rangers. A Parks Board bylaw currently only allows overnight camping in parks until 7 a.m.
Earlier in the summer, they were shaking tents and waking people up early in the morning and telling them to take down their tents. In the long run, that didn't happen, so the Park Board applied for, or at least the general manager of the parks applied for an injunction.
Parks Board General Manager Donnie Rosa didn't say why they were unavailable for an interview, but a statement from the city says in part, pursuing an injunction is not a step we take lightly and is only pursued when all other avenues, such as enforcing bylaws and other general manager orders, have been exhausted.
The injunction is a very violent and enforcement-heavy approach to ending the encampment. The injunction actually brings with it the possibility of police enforcement.
The court hearings concluded last week, and now everyone involved is waiting for a decision from the judge. That could take a couple of weeks. In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.